Hello, sir. Our team number is 3, and the team members are roll number 21, Hrushikesh Gudup, that is me. 32 is Munazzir Mohammad. 54 is Kiran Wakde, and 60 is Kalim Patel. Our topic for seminar is demolition of building. First slide. Next, introduction. We know every structure is designed for a certain life period. The existence of structure after the service life period is very dangerous to its occupant and surrounding building. The Building Act usually contains provisions that enable local authority to control demolition work for the protection of public safety and to ensure adjoining premises. Next slide. Next slide. Demolition. Demolition is the process of tearing down or falling down of a building after its life period with the help of some equipment or any other method. Every civil engineering structure is designed for a certain life period. After that, after that, the existence of structure is very dangerous. So, removal of such structure with proper safety measures has got great importance. Next slide. Steps before demolition. The different steps before the execution of demolition processes are: first is surveying, second is removal of hazardous material, third is preparation of plan, fourth is safety measure. Next slide. Surveying. Surveying means study of different parameter of the structure and its surrounding. There are two types of surveying are mainly conducted. First is the building survey, second is the structural survey. Next slide. Building surveying. Building surveying, it include record drawing. Prior to the building survey, the existing record plan, including layout plan, showing adjoining properties, pedestrian walkway, road and street, etc., shall be retrieved. Survey item. The building survey shall cover the following: that is the construction material, the existing use and if the past uses of the building prior to the demolition. Next slide. Hazardous material. Unless the building survey reviews that no obvious hazardous material is present in the building, the authorized person shall cause proper sampling and testing for the hazardous material. In the case when the hazardous material, example asbestos containing materials or petroleum are present, they shall be removed and cleaned. Next slide. B is the structural surveying. It include record drawings. Record drawings are prior to structural survey. The existing layout, record layout, structure farming plan, and structural details shall be studied. The registered structural engineer shall check the presence of unusual detailing that may cause abnormal structure behavior during the demolition. B is the survey item. The structure survey shall cover the following: that is the structure material used, the original structure system employed in the design, and the method of construction. Next slide.
Hello, I am Munazzir Mohammad, roll number 32. The second part is the removal of the hazardous material. In case when asbestos containing materials are discovered, specialist contractors shall be employed to remove such asbestos containing materials because it is very dangerous. If the hazardous materials such as asbestos containing material, petroleum contamination, and radioactive contamination exist in a building, removal of such hazardous material by specialist shall be referenced. Next slide. And the third one is the preparation of the plan. The demolition plan shall include the following. First of all is the plan showing the location of the building to be demolished, the detailed topography of a site and its surrounding together with the ground level contours and the sections of the slope. And the third is the detail of the ground removal or backfilling. Next. And the second plan required is the layout plan of all the floors of the building to be demolished with adequate sections showing the occupancy, usage, the structural support system, the principal materials of construction, and the conditions of the building. And third plan is the plan showing the structural arrangement and the construction of all the unconventional structural elements such as pre-stressed concrete structures, precast concrete members, trusses, deep beams, etc. Next slide. And the fourth one is the safety measures. It includes the training and communication of the demolition workers, including plants or equipment operators, which shall go through the proper job safety training and be informed of the potential hazards by attending the training sessions as well as on the job trainings. And the another safety measure is the equipment maintenance. All the equipment shall be tested and examined before the use to cause no problem during the demolition. They shall be properly stored and maintained. The equipment shall be inspected daily and the results of the inspection shall be recorded accordingly. Next. And the third safety measure is the fire. All flammable goods shall be removed from the site unless they are necessary for the work involved. All furnitures, timbers, doors, etc. shall be removed before any welding work is performed. Firefighting appliances shall be provided and maintained in the working conditions. Next.
My name is Kiran Wakde, and the topic is a method of demolition. There are two types of demolition. First one is non-exclusive demolition, and second is exclusive demolition. First one is non-exclusive demolition. It means the demolition of a structure done with some equipment without the use of any explosive. Different equipment used for the demolition activity are: first one is sledgehammer. A sledgehammer equipment used for removing a stone wall or a single column. It consists of a long stem with a metallic head. It is used to give impact on the surface and that cause the demolition of structure. It cannot be used for removal of large building. This is the image of sledgehammer. Second one is excavator and bulldozer. Hydraulic excavator may be used to topple one or two-story building by an undermining process. The undermining process means erode the base or foundation, that is, dig or excavate beneath the foundation so as to make it collapse. The strategy of excavation is to undermine the building while controlling the manner and direction in which it falls. Third one is wrecking wall. In case of building have a greater height, 5 to 6 story building, normal excavator and bulldozer are not sufficient. In such cases, crane with wrecking wall are used to perform the demolition activity. The wrecking wall, a steel wall hanging from a steel rope, which is attached to the crane. This is the image of bulldozer. This is the image of wrecking wall. Kalim.
My name is Kalim Patel. My topic is second method of demolition is explosive demolition. If you remove the support structure of building at a certain point, the section of building above the point will fall down on the part of the building below that point. If this upper section is heavy enough, it will collide with the lower part with the sufficient force to cause the sufficient significant damage. The explosives are just a trigger for the demolition. It is a gravity that brings the building down. There are mainly two ways to implode the building. First, falling like a tree, and second, falling into its own footprint, falling like a tree. Next slide. First, falling like a tree. In this, the bursting crane will be able to tumble the building or on the one side into the parking lot or the open area. This sort of blast is the easiest to execute, and it is generally the safest way to go. Blaster may also secure the steel cable to support the column in the building so that they are pulled a certain way as they crumble. Second method, falling into its own footprint. Sometimes, though a building is surrounded by the structure that must be preserved. In this case, the blaster proceed with a true implosion. Demolition is the building that so that it collapses straight down into its own footprint. This feat require very skillful people. Next slide. This is the image of the falling into its own footprint and falling like a tree. Next slide. Advantage of explosive demolition. less expensive, no ground vibration, quickest method, suitable for multi-storage, high pier, cabin, distress pier, etc. Next slide. Conclusion. Type of demolition method depend upon the various factors such as the site condition, type of structure, age of building, height of building, and the economy. Anyway, controlled demolition of the building is necessary to the ensure safety. Explosive demolition is the preferred method for safety and efficient demolishing the larger structure. Development in the technique allow the rapid demolition with no harm to the environment. Next slide. Thank you so much.